State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Wisconsin Badgers offense will take the field first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. He's got it on the right. At the 35, he's loose. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Let's take just a moment here and talk about Wisconsin. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time 4-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like, David?
First of all, everybody saw it. It's all over social media, right? The excitement of landing a guy of that caliber. And just, I mean, that creates excitement in the whole recruiting class in this next cycle.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it.
A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The run from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. He's got it. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The whole Penn State legacy is built on toughness, getting it done on the ground, and they pick up a first down.
And you got to start there with the physicality, the ground game, getting that going. That's kind of a Northeast thing, right? Being tough, being physical, bringing that lunch pick.
Pick off! What a play by this defense! return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. Looking downfield, it's O'Neal. Finds his tight end. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open.
Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Badgers have pushed it inside the 20. To the air on first down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. They're dealing with a second and long. They'll try the run. Headed to the end zone. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And the Badgers line it up with a first and goal. Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Badger!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He'll do it himself. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there. As we get closer to the playoff, it becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the...
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here, get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Grabbed over the middle, it's Reynolds. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Let's take just a second and talk about Penn State. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. They'll fit right in.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a team right now playing with tons of confidence because of how much their defense is dominating. Just look what they did the last time they took the field, and look what they're doing early in this game. They've got dudes flying around making plays. They are a tough unit.
Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. to the lone back. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
To the air, it's O'Neal. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Into the secondary. Slippery. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Charlotte is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 7 over Georgia Southern. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. The Nittany Lions will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. To the air, it's O'Neal. Throws to the wideout. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Complete to the left. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. The Badgers will have it 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34. to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. As we come to the end of the period, Wisconsin has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Back to throw. It's O'Neal. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Badgers are on the move. They'll run it on first and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to Pater. On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. On the ground. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Badger. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all three phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Pulls and fires complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Takes the easy completion. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. They've been very sharp on this drive so far. Now first and 10 from the 43. Quickly to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a first and 10. Here's the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. The give to the back. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Nittany Lions are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Hand off from the shotgun. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal. The Nittany Lions didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He wants it all. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's O'Neal. Fires left. Makes the grab. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. He's got his man. Turning it on. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Handoff to the lone back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Shoots it to the left. He's got an open man. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Badgers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Rutgers is currently ahead in this one. The folks in Piscataway have been in a frenzy all week. But they're in the birthplace of college football. This one is close. They're up by 7 over Indiana. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Reynolds. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looking downfield on first down. Unleashes one deep. And the ball was knocked away incomplete, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's sort this one out. That pass interference call will give us one more untimed down in the half. And it's good from 58 yards out. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Happy Valley. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Beaver Stadium.
And the Badgers will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
He's going for the big play. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. The Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go right back to the run. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Connection to the right. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29. New set of downs after the completion. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Going to the ground. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24. Here comes 3rd and short from the 24. And this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. To the air, it's O'Neal. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The Badgers have this offense rolling. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Badgers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
What a day, his 3rd rushing touchdown. And when you got your college fantasy football team going, this guy is racking those points up for you. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He's got it on the left. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its 1st touchdown. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. The Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Trying to set up the screen. Spins away from the defense. And tackled there by the defense. The Nittany Lions need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle, it's Saunders. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Good right down the boulevard.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll bring it back looking for help. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll give it to the back. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Badgers can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run play action. Pocket breaking down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
This defense will bring pressure from the linebacker level, from the cornerback level, free safety level, and the strong safety level. They're bringing it from all over the field.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. To throw, it's O'Neal. Here's a heat. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. The Badgers send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. There's a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but then will be a little short of the first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
He's got it on the move. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Going for 6. Touchdown, Penn State! Fitted in the window for the score. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. I mean, sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
2-point conversion attempt is coming. Oh, it's tipped near the goal line.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
And he'll just take a knee in this. Start at the 25. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking downfield, it's O'Neal. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on 3rd down. And the Badgers will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A high high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. And the returner will be dragged down. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. And the Nittany Lions racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up in tempo. They're ready to do it again.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Looking for a huge play. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know.
He uncorks one deep. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Offense working from the pistol. Power football with the run. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Line getting set on second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Defense coming through and knocking him down for a loss, and that'll be the end of the third period. As we come to the end of the period, Wisconsin has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Dropping back, it's O'Neal. Under fire. Had to get rid of it quickly. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Badgers will bring the punt team onto the field. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There will be a new team atop the ranking, looking deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
To the air on second down. Blasted as he lets it go. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big late in the game. You know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
Looking to the big tight end. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll run it from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's piled up 87 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And could find no daylight. He goes down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Got his man on the right. There he goes. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they've kick-started this drive with that one. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. To the air on first down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. The Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo. Trying play action. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. They get to him as he throws. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over. Great place to start for this offense. They'll move the tight end. The running back has it. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the running back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. And the Badgers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be 1st and goal. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Badgers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Quick pass on the fly motion. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Looking to throw, it's O'Neal. Oh, the big fella almost had the interception. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
If they're able to make that pick, they're wiping points off the board. But because he dropped it, now it's 4th down. And, of course, they're still in field goal range with an opportunity to score 3.
And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. BYU is getting smoked, and even though this might seem surprising, I'm not sure the folks around that program feel that way. Something is up there in Provo. They're trailing by 14 to Washington State.
Use the play fake, now to throw.
We'll keep you posted on things in this game that's sure to shake things up in the Pac-12, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. Quick strike complete. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. The Nittany Lions in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got a foot.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Wisconsin. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little angry.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
They'll leave it with him. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's O'Neal. Finds the tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the 3rd time. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. And it's right down the boulevard. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Looking to throw on 1st down. grabbed in the middle. It's Reynolds. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Denmark. Couldn't find any more room up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Lions is back in the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. One more play to pad the stats. Back to pass on 2nd down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. You sort of think that over the years you get immune